welcome to Tuesdays. It Takes Two. Coming up tonight, an actress, a presenter and a matchmaker in the Balearics. Yeah, that's right. Jill, Chris and Caroline are the three Strictly champions returning for tonight's winners panel. What a lineup. Plus, one of this series' Strictly celebs, Will Bailey. He went to meet a group of inspiring people who share his newfound love of dance. And they're through to the final. Just a casual thing after taking us around the world with that Argentine tango and an American smooth. Karim and Amy are in the building. Oh, yes. And to start the show, and sadly, for the final time this year, let's get out those Christmas decks. It's Tunes on Tuesday, the Show Dance Special. Oh, yeah. With 3 songs each to dance this weekend, we are focusing on their spectacular show dance tunes. Oh, yeah. And after a 10-year break, give it up for the return of DJ Holly!
You know it makes sense.
Oh, yeah. That's right. We are ready to go. Our first couple with a Tuesday track is... OT, give me a crossfade, Chris. Go on.
You know you make me wanna...
Oh, right, now listen. It is hard to imagine a time before Lulu, but there was. And in those days, if you wanted to sing Shout, you needed the Isley Brothers, who wrote this song back in 1959. Now, it was released 60 years ago, and it reached number 47 in the US charts. But thanks to our favourite Glaswegian redhead, the song hit number 7 in the UK, and 22 years later, she got it to number 8. Good luck to her. Covered 51 times. It was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1999. You know that? Oh, no. Love a bit of Lulu. Who's next? Let's find out. It's 2019 finalists, Karim and Amy. Play us a hook, Hollins. They're dancing to a million dreams from the Greatest Showman. The pink version, obviously, darling, the pink version. Made famous by Hugh Jackman and Michelle Williams, Pink's reimagined version was released in the same year, 2018. Having a lovely time. Most people... It won't, do you know what I mean? Most people have an average of 3 to 5 dreams per night. Yeah, little stat. And if you were to have 1 million dreams, as the song suggests, you'd need to have between 200,000 and 333,333 nights of sleep. Just work that out. Carol Vorderman, watch out. It does not, though, take Poirot to work out who our third and final finalists are. Let's have a look. It's Emma and Anton. Here, Hollins.
Let the dance floor feel your leather.
They're dancing to Let Yourself Go. So this one was written by Irving Berlin in 1936, and the song was originally for the musical Follow the Fleet, starring Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. It was covered by Broadway star Kristin Chenoweth. Now, Anton danced the Fred Astaire number with Leslie Joseph. So look at Dorian in Series 14 at Movie Night, and they did a quick step to a couple of swirls. He's also tackled Putting on the Ritz with Anne Widdecombe, ladies and gentlemen, in Series 8. We don't need to go there. That is it, though. Guys, that is your lot for this year's Tunes on Tuesday. I'd like to say thank you to my supporting cast this evening and for everyone who's brought those tracks to life over the last 12 weeks. If you want to know more details about those songs and loads of other info about this weekend's series finale, head over to the Strictly website. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Give up for DJ Hollins, everyone. Absolutely. Right, Strictly, as you well know, prides itself on being an inclusive competition, and this year, Will Bailey wowed the audience with his tenacity, and he recently went to meet a group of inspiring people, all living with disabilities, who are being given the opportunity to dance thanks to an amazing scheme.
As a Paralympian, I'm used to pushing my body to the extreme, but I never ever thought I'd have a chance to go on a show like Strictly Come Dancing.
What disability? What limitations?
That was incredibly inspiring.
Dance is for everyone, and I'm here in West London to meet Rashmi, who runs a workshop for disabled dancers.
1, 2, 3, 4, and...
This morning's workshop is an opportunity for this mixed age group to learn a samba routine. And for some, it might be the first time they've ever danced.
Oh my goodness, it's Will from Strictly!
Thanks so much for having me today. So cool to be here. So what's going on?
We wanted to create our own version of Strictly.
We are going to be stepping out.
I hear a lot from disabled people that they're always being told what they can't do, and what we want to do is instill self-belief that you can just get out there and do it. So we're teaching them a routine, and then 10 people are going to get through from all our heats.
Lovely, everyone.
And they will compete in a grand finals in January.
I got the chance to speak to some of the hopefuls before the competition began. Alex, man, I saw you busting out some moves.
Oh, thanks, man.
How long have you been dancing for? How did you get involved?
Saw this programme, it was for visually impaired people, started and I just loved it.
When I was asked to do Strictly, I was always worried about my disability. Do you think that's affected you?
Yeah, totally. Like, I come to a point where I realised I had all these sort of beliefs that I've made up about myself, like what I could do and what I couldn't do, and it just gives you confidence to do the next thing.
I want to see you on that dance floor.
Come on then, mate, let's get into the ballroom hole. Come on, man.
What's that like? What's that like? Oh, shoulders down, shoulders down.
Yeah, you got to watch that. It's all about the technique.
I never danced before and I'm enjoying it.
What's it like dancing in a wheelchair?
It's hard because you're in a wheelchair, but it's fun because you're sitting down.
After the workshop, the competition begins.
You had some really nice rhythm. It was a really pleasant and lovely thing to watch.
You owned it. Very good, very good. How difficult is it to judge such a wide range of disabilities?
We have to judge people against their own potential. So what we look at is how much energy and passion and enthusiasm they bring to what they're doing. You can never know what someone is going to produce. And actually the quiet ones in the background just charge out and blossom.
Thank you, guys. I've had such an amazing day meeting so many inspirational characters, and it just goes to show how much joy dance can bring.
A really amazing scheme for everyone involved. But now, the Strictly Champions Club is a very exclusive establishment, ladies and gentlemen, and it is soon to welcome Kelvin, Karim or Emma as its 17th celebrity. So here's a look at the alumni they could be joining.
This was elegant, it was charming, beautifully danced.
That was fantastic entertainment. I loved it.
Chris and Ola!
That was class, I'm telling you.
As a choreographer, I bow to you, Jill.
Jill and Darren.
The phrasing, the dynamics, the approach to that dance was fabulous.
To even attempt to do something like that on live television is just extraordinary.
Caroline, come on!
What a line-up. Give it up for our winners panel. Jill Halfpenny, Chris Hollins and Caroline Flack. What a bunch of winners going on here. How are you?
We're good, thank you.
Lovely to see you all. Really, real pleasure. Jill, I've got to start with you because am I right in saying it was 15 years ago?
Was it?
15 years. Series 2, ladies and gentlemen. Series 2. I was only 3 years old. Yeah. It's crazy. Hey, I've got to ask you this question, though, because I often think this. If you were to be asked to go on the show now, would you have done it if you hadn't done it back then?
Right, well, let's remember that when I did it, there was like one light and stage for the whole show.
Yeah. 3 steps.
Exactly. And now, I think it's really hard to get on it. You know, you sort of audition, it's a big process, whereas then it was like, do you want to do it? And I was like, let me have a think. Oh, OK, then. So
what is it?
Yeah, exactly, what is it? Oh, yeah, I think I've seen a bit of that. But, yeah, I mean, now it's like, it's the hot ticket.
It is.
What everybody... So I'm so glad I did it when I did it, because I actually think it's much harder to get on the show now.
One of the OGs. One of the OGs, we say.
The OG.
Chris, it's been 10 years as well since you've been on the show. And Jill's just mentioned it. The show has evolved in many ways. Have you watched it evolve?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I remember Jill doing it, thinking, oh, she can dance, she can dance. And then I get a last-minute call to go in there, and I had a few work colleagues had done it. And thankfully, I had never really watched it. I'd only heard about it, and because I probably wouldn't have done it.
Really?
Because it was so intense. And then all of a sudden you become part of the Strictly family, and it's just fantastic. But, you know, talking about budgets and stuff, I remember I wasn't allowed to slide on my knees for one dance because you ruin your trousers and you need them next week. And now they're being shot out of rockets. And...
It's, you know what, it's been amazing how it's evolved. And Caroline, I mean, in respect of going back all these series, you're a relative newcomer, 2014, a winner, a worthy winner. You must have so many lasting memories.
It only feels like yesterday, and it's one of those things where once you've done it, it never leaves you. It's like you add this whole chapter to your life that you never thought you were going to add. And even watching that back just now, those clips, it makes you just feel so proud. And yeah, you miss it all I think I asked to do it as well. I wasn't asked to do it. I think I phoned them.
Oh, that's
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not desperate at all, darling. Well, it's lovely to have the three of you here. It really, really is. And in 4 nights' time, we're going to have another celeb join that illustrious list of winners that have been part of Strictly. And we should really talk about them. And we need to start with Karim and Amy. Jill, I want to come to you first. What are you making of them two? He is... I mean, look, he's been in the dance-off twice. He's the only one going into the dance-off twice into the final. What do you make of them two?
I don't know why he's been in the dance-off twice. I think he's a fantastic dancer. I think technically he's the best one of the 3 finalists. You never know how the public are voting, and, you know, that is part of the show as well. But I think they're glorious together.
You like them?
I think they're great,
Big fans of them, Chris?
Yeah.
Glorious together, I like that. Yeah, I mean, look, do you know what? I really hope he does win, because I won't be the smallest champion. He's little! I love him!
He's actually in my pocket as we speak. Stay there!
As Jill says, he is an unbelievable dancer, a dancing talent that I could only dream about having, and he makes it look so simple. Goodness knows. I mean, as you said, I'm so glad I didn't do it now, because we're like,
in your same pair of trousers.
Yeah.
Caroline, he was the first contestant this year as well to score a 40, the big 4-0. He's done so well, hasn't he?
I could watch him dance all day, all night, which sounds weird, but he's just got that thing about him. His jive, apart from Jill's, was one of the best things I've ever seen on Strictly. He's like a little grasshopper. He's unbelievable. And he should also not go into the final feeling disheartened that he was in the bottom 2 this week, because being in the bottom 2 can sometimes be the best thing that can happen. You know, so many people have been in the bottom 2 and gone on and won it, and I think together they're just fantastic. I just think he's wonderful.
I love it how you're he's over there. I love you.
You're still little.
I can't even see him. He's so small.
Let's move on to Emma and Anton. Chris, she's the only female celeb left in the competition. She's been up, down, left, right on that scoreboard. How do you think Emma and Anton have done?
Look, I've always said individuals don't win it, it's the couples. And there's something special about those two. I mean, Anton, how old is he? He must be 83.
107.
At least
I mean, when you mentioned Fred Astaire earlier, I think he danced with Fred Astaire. I think it was... But he is brilliant, and I love the chemistry between them. And I think they are the real outsiders in that final. But I always say, when it comes to the final, if they can produce something magical, like a great show dance or something really special, you never know what happens to the viewers in the night.
It could just click. And Jill, I mean, you were doing EastEnders around the time that you was on Strictly as well, wasn't you?
Yes, I was, yes.
So you know what Emma's going through. She is... I see her coming here every single week, and I'm like, how are you? She's like, I've just come from the square. Like, she never stops. But it's that dedication, isn't it? Working on a show like that, you've got no choice but to be completely dedicated to both jobs.
Yeah, you've got no choice. It's just head down, get it done. And she's obviously got that strong work ethic. But I think, like you were saying, they just have the chemistry together. They just have... I think you really feel like they really love each other. And there's something very, like, special about that when you watch them. So they may not have, like, technically sort of what the other couples have, but there is something really beautiful about them.
There's a glow about them.
There really is, and when they did that waltz last week, I have to say, my eyes were glued to it. I thought it was really magical.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah,
it really was. And Caroline as well, we can't forget Anton. as well.
know,
He's
yeah.
going to be in that final. Are you made up for him as well?
Absolutely, it's about the two of them. It's never just about one person, like you were just saying.
Absolutely.
Being a Strictly couple is a bit like being in a relationship, you know? You have all the same traits. You've got
Oh, tell me, Caroline.
No, I don't. Let me finish that before it goes anywhere else. You've got to have the trust, you've got to have the honesty, you've got to have the communication, you know, get rid of the romantic bit. But it's the same sort of thing. You're a partnership. You don't win it on your own. I would never have been able to do it without Pasha.
Yeah.
He was just everything to me. So if you get that right partner, it works.
And they are a lovely couple. They really, really are. Lastly, let's move on to Kelvin and Oti, Caroline. I mean, it's weird to think he may never have been there. The high scorers of the semi-final. What do you make of them two?
He's fantastic. And I didn't know that he's like a complete non-dancer.
Yeah.
I thought he was a professional
No.
when I first saw him dance. I think they're fantastic. I'm a huge Oti fan in general. And I actually think when it comes to chemistry, they've got my favourite chemistry in the final. I think this is going to be the closest final. It's going to be brilliant.
I like the thing about Kelvin. I was a lastminute.com invite as well. So I was on holiday and then someone dropped out and I had to leave my girlfriend, now wife, on her Todd for 10 days on holiday to come back and do Strictly.
That.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Ola's really ordinary looking, honestly, she's really ordinary. But yeah, look, that last minute thing, he hasn't had months to practice, he has had months and months of anguish, and he's just gone for it.
And also the mentality side as well, because when you do a show like this, you have time to think about it. And Jill, as an actress as well, I have to say, with Kelvin, I mean, a lot of actors on their CV, they've normally got dance and musical theatre background, but with him, he didn't. It was just the acting. Was that a shock for you that he came on and just went bam?
It's not a shock because I think people do have skills that they don't necessarily do for their jobs. I think people do have hidden talents. The way she choreographs and the things she puts in the routine, it's like she sells it in a way that it's like she dances as if they're winners already.
Absolutely.
And there's something
She's a great teacher.
She's amazing. And I feel like she's really brought that out of him. Like, sell it, be there, own it, own the floor.
Oh, I thought she was here.
And they really do, though. They make you, you know, sit up and watch.
They're a great couple as well, and I think we've got three amazing finalist couples in that final. Guys, it's been the biggest pleasure having you on the show. Give it up for our winners, everyone! Well, after 17 series, there are many magic moments from Strictly, and we set Kev the task of sifting through the archives to pick out some of his favourites.
Since 2004, there have been some iconic dance routines performed in the Strictly Ballroom. So let's take a look at some of the most unforgettable moments in Strictly's history. Nothing says romance quite like Mr. Aliash Skorianets. Now, me and Ali joined the same year on Strictly, so we were quite supportive of each other. His first number with Abby Clancy was a waltz, and I've never seen anything so beautiful. It was so perfect, and I thought, he could win this. And then they went on to repeat that dance again in the final, and won, cementing his place in the Strictly family. This dance will be remembered purely for the fact that it shows that anything can happen on live TV. Mark Ramprakash and Karen Hardy have started their salsa, it's going well, and then suddenly disaster strikes and they've got all tangled up in the microphones that we have to wear during the performance. And it's all come loose and they've got stuck. Thankfully, so Bruce Sporside was there.
Hold on, just a minute.
To sort of step in and save the day.
Is it all right from the start again? Yes.
And they got to start again, completed their salsa to rapturous applause. And a brilliant judges' score. Gorka really pushed Alexandra Burke to the limit with this jive. There's a lot of pressure on someone who's perceived to be a good dancer sort of right from the beginning. And not only that, but it's a big song. They danced to Proud Mary. When you know you've got a song like that coming, you kind of have to deliver. And she really, really delivered. Like, it was a high energy jive. She had kicks, she had bounce, and right to the end. That's the most important thing, because it's all very well starting off like a train, but she was still kicking with flat out energy right to the end of the dance. And you couldn't help but applaud her, like, and get excited about it. I loved it.
The skies above me.
In the show dance, you really want to show off something different.
The star so bright,
And what I loved about this piece was it was something we'd never seen before. Flavia, being an Argentine tango expert, brought all these elements of Argentine tango. Lewis Smith, being one of the best gymnasts in the world, brought all this sort of choreography where they was doing these lifts that we've never seen before and all these gymnastics. And the combination of the two created such a beautiful dance and a great moment in Strictly History. This dance floor has seen it all. Year after year, the show just keeps delivering. I can't wait to see what it brings next. Till then, keep dancing.
Well, they're responsible for one or two unforgettable dances of their own. It's time to meet our first couple to earn their place in the Strictly 2019 final.
You kept in character, gave me a strong Argentinian feeling.
It was so intense. That energy that you guys gave, loved it.
The dance itself was absolutely incredible.
Exquisite dancing, perfectly pitched storytelling. What more do you want?
Give it up for your finalists, Karim and Amy! Amy, just a quick one. Busy Saturday night?
I'm in the final! We're in the final!
It's all I've heard all day, coming from corridors all over the show. So thrilled for you both, I really am. But last week, I mean, it was a hard week. 2 dances, loads of rehearsals. How are you feeling that you finally got through it and you're in that final?
Yeah, so happy. I think last week I was the most nervous because we've done the full stretch, we've loved every second, worked so hard, and then we got to the semi-final and I really want to be in that final.
Yeah.
You know, because we've taken each week as it comes, but because it was so close, it was also, we can almost taste it. So yeah, we really wanted to get through. So we're really happy.
Well,
we
you
worked
did
so
it.
hard on
And
it.
Amy, for you as well. 3 years on the show, first time in the final. I know you've been screaming it to anyone that will listen to you in the street, but you genuinely are beside yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Third time lucky, hey, but watching this show from, you know, being a little girl and now going to be standing in the final on Saturday, it's just so surreal. I remember my twin sister and I copying Jill Halfpenny's jive.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Stand up, kick, 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 1, 2. And
still
now on
dancing.
the show, it's just, you know, and we've just had the best time. So
Yeah.
it's just the perfect end to our journey.
Well, it has been
Amazing.
amazing. You've had a brilliant journey. And the weekend just passed. I mean, 2 routines, Argentine tango. I mean, Shirley said it was one of the most difficult routines I think she'd seen on the show. Did it feel that difficult?
Yes.
Honestly, Rylan, it was so tough. Even in the week, seeing Amy's face a little bit nervous about it scared me, because normally she's my rock. That's like, oh, it's going to be fine, but it was just so intricate, as I said last week. But yeah, just really tough Argentine tango. Amazing, we loved it. It was just something we had to really push through.
The judges did note a few balance issues. You scored 36, which I know that the scores were high, but 36 is an amazing score.
Yeah.
We know it's
So
an
happy
amazing
with
score.
that.
Yeah.
Did it feel like a real difficult routine to punch out?
It's a hit or miss dance. We've said it all week. It's just, it's slow, and I'm used to kind of the quick dances. I have to lead Amy, and there's a lot of her balancing on me. So there's like times where I've got to do steps and she's balancing on me. So when those shaky issues, there was nothing I could change in a week. That's just my build, basically. I couldn't change that.
Yeah.
It was just, yeah, a tough dance, but I'm so happy we got to do it. I think it was such an honour, especially to work with Vincent as well, who's like incredible.
With his hips.
Yeah.
Vincent and his hips.
So I'm really happy that we gave it a good go, and watching it back, I think we're both really proud of it.
You should be.
It was something that was a hard one to
And
do.
it wasn't just one. Hello, let's move on to number 2. Dos, for my Spanish viewers.
Yeah.
American Smooth. Impeccable footwork, I think, came up. Flawless was a word that came up. Then there was the lift, which wasn't perfect in your eyes. And I know you said in rehearsals that lift was bang on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And you slipped on the skirt going up. So...
That's all it is, but, you know,
these things happen.
It happens.
And he saved it. He got me up and
got her
carried
down
on,
safely.
And she's alive!
And she's alive!
And you got 38 on the paddles as well, so you must be thrilled with that.
We're literally over the moon with how it went on Saturday, yeah.
It's quite hard out of the 2 dances, but was there one you were more proud of performing?
You're just a boring boy deep down, aren't you?
But I'm really proud of the Argentine because it was the harder one, so I'm proud of it. But
You do
the
love your
American,
frame.
but I love the American Smooth because it was not easier to dance, but a bit more what I've learned over the whole series of Strictly.
And this week, it's not just 2 dances, it's 3 dances you're going to be doing.
I'm feeling positive. It's, you know, we're in the final. I don't
there?
know, we're just so...
Amy, what about you? What you
We're
doing?
in the final! We're so happy. We've got, you know, the judges' pick, our pick, and our...
And the judges' pick is the quick step from week 7, isn't it?
Yes.
Silly question, but can you remember it?
No. I remember certain aspects.
Yeah.
We've been in training today. And it is amazing how much stuff can come back to you. But yeah, just all this bit, the ballroom stuff, that we've had to go
You
through
kept going
all of
forward
this.
on that bit as well. When
Yeah.
you're supposed to go
So it's just
back, isn't it?
remembering those
Remember it,
steps.
but the personality of it
And it's got the
the
frame.
performance side and the frame, that came back to me. It's just the kind of quick ballroom steps.
So you've got that one, you've got your
Yep.
show dance as well, which you're going to go full Karim with.
Yes.
Full
it's gonna
Karim?
be- Yeah, full Karim.
That's going to be a million James.
It's a really important message that we've kind of carried throughout the whole series, which we want to, really inspire people with this one. And it's going to be very special.
Yeah, we wanted to, like, we were, you know, 2 youngsters with big dreams. And we want to inspire the younger generation, anybody out there, that, you know, dream break and dreams can come true. You know, we're going to be stood there in the final.
In the final?
Yeah.
On Saturday night. And it's such a surreal, but also it's about the journey of us from childhood getting to this moment.
To where we are now. So it's important for us to give this message across. That's why we've picked it.
And finally, you can't tell me, but your 3rd dance will be your favourite
Right, I'll
dance.
tell you.
Can't tell me anything. I just want one hint of a morsel of a clue.
Fun.
Fun. Party.
Oh, yeah, those 2 clues, and I
Yeah.
will take it. I'm going to see you both on Friday for the final It Takes 2 of the series.
What's going on?
And then we're going to get ready for that big old grand finale on Saturday. I wish you both the best of luck. It's Karim and Amy, guys, the finalists.
Thank you.
Finalists. That is your lot for tonight. Zoe is back tomorrow with Ian Waite and the last of his warm-up. Tess and Claude are going to be stopping by as well to review the series and give their thoughts on the final. Plus, she is the last woman standing, and he is in the final for the first time in 4 years. Emma and Anton are going to be here. It's all coming out from 6:30 right here on BBC 2. Night, night.